And if the greatest poison of longevity wasn't in food, cigarettes, or sugar, but rather in something much more subtle, something you might do without realizing it, alone, in silence, in front of the mirror, or scrolling through your Instagram feed, passing by photos of people who look like they stepped out of a magazine-edited filter. And what if what really shortens your years? For the constant comparison with younger women? Yes, the comparison. This innocent habit that seems like just a peek into someone else's world, but could be robbing you of health, energy, and even years of your life. Because the body feels what the mind believes. And when the mind believes it is falling behind, the body goes into silent war mode. But let's go back a bit. Subscribe to the channel here before the comparison makes you forget. Even that, once upon a time, there was you. An incredible woman with stories, lessons learned, beautiful scars, achievements that no one could take away from you. And suddenly, you start to feel like you're losing value because you saw a 25-year-old girl with a flat stomach and peachy skin, giving skincare tips like she was a time authority. You don't even notice that you're breathing deeper, even if your shoulder went up just a little bit. Even if, in that second, you stopped looking at yourself with affection and started measuring yourself with someone else's ruler. Do you know what the problem with that is? Your brain doesn't understand that it's just a silly comparison. He understands that you are not safe, and it responds with a complete package: stress, anxiety, cortisol, production. And that is the invisible poison of longevity. Excess cortisol shortens telomeres. Telomeres are like the protective caps on your DNA. When they shorten, you age faster. So yes, comparing yourself can literally accelerate your cellular aging. It's as if with every comparison you make, someone is taking a day off your life's calendar. And here's the irony. The woman you're comparing yourself to, you're probably comparing yourself to someone else. It's a never-ending cycle, a mirror that never shows the truth. Because comparison has no end. There will always be someone younger, thinner, blonder, more tanned, more edited. But none of them are you. And you, with everything you've lived, carry something that no one can copy. Time lived. And living, my friend, is the true source of beauty. You know that laugh that comes out with a will? That look that understands without judging? That wisdom that only comes after making mistakes and getting up 1,000 times? None of this comes with 20 years. It comes with time. And time is what you have. But the comparison makes time seem like an enemy. It makes you look back at the past as if it were your peak, and the present as if it were a loss. But it isn't. The present is the peak. It's now. This is where life happens. And you know what else? Your body listens to you. When you look at yourself with contempt, he feels it. When you say, "I'm not like I used to be," he listens and adapts. But when you say, "I'm beautiful just the way I am now," he responds. Healthfully, with vitality, with hormonal balance, with self-healing. Yes, the body has a regeneration system that depends directly on your emotions. And one of the most toxic emotions is the feeling of inadequacy. You know, when you walk into a store, see those white lights, try on an item of clothing, and think, "This isn't for me." It's not the clothes that are wrong. It's the look that has been trained to think that only one type of body deserves to be there. This is no coincidence. It's a system. For decades, women have been told that their value lies in their youth. In beauty, do you first feed? On the thin waist. And this was sold as absolute truth. But what if it was all a very well-told lie? What if what really keeps you alive isn't youth, but self-love? Look, cultures like the blue zones, those regions of the world where people live longer and better, have something in common: respect for their elders. Their aging is synonymous with wisdom, prestige, and connection with the community. There is no such obsession with looking young. There is pride in being who you are. What about women? Oh, they don't hide. They dance, they meet, they take care of each other. They're not trying to look like anyone. They're too busy being themselves. Meanwhile, out here, we're trying to maintain a standard that doesn't even exist, using creams, filters, silences, Silencing wrinkles, gray hair, entire stories. But every line on your face is a chapter you've overcome. Every mark on your body is a reminder that you survived. And that is beautiful. Truly. Now tell me, how many times have you praised yourself today? How many times have you looked at yourself with kindness? Comparing yourself to other women is like running a marathon in high heels. You can even walk, but you won't get there in one piece. You don't need to run. You can walk at your own pace. You can stop and breathe. You can celebrate what is today. Because deep down, you don't want to go back in time. You want to live in the now with lightness. You don't want to be someone's version. You want to be the best version of yourself in the time you are in. And here's a sweet truth. The younger woman may have flawless skin, but only you have the power to walk into a room and soothe hearts with a hug, listening with presence, to advise with soul, to love deeply. You can't buy that. It is not copied. It doesn't compare. So the next time you think about measuring yourself by someone else's yardstick, swap the ruler for a mirror and look at it with affection. Look with truth, because the woman you are today is exactly the woman you dreamed of being one day. What if living longer is simply stopping comparing yourself? What if longevity is made of acceptance, peace, and self-love? If so, you might already be on the right track. Maybe living longer is just a matter of looking at yourself again with the eyes of someone you love. And in this case, there is no more powerful antidote against aging than being true to your own light. If you felt something listening to this, comment below. I choose to value myself. And if you know an amazing woman who needs to hear this today, send her this video, because together we live longer and live better. Click on the video to the side to discover the secret to young women's longevity and why, deep down, the one who really knows how to live is you 50 plus.